everybody. Welcome to Live at 4 on this stormy Wednesday. Brady Mallory is with us for one more day on the 4. It's been fun working with you.
It has been, and I brought my umbrella today, so I'm all set.
Oh, that's good. That's very smart. You paid attention. Mark will be back tomorrow. Here's what's topping our headlines today. Round 1 is through, but now we're keeping an eye on round 2 of storms coming our way later tonight. Dana Fulton has your certified most accurate forecast in just a minute.
And the Bucks are back at home for a critical Game 4 tonight. We'll take you live to the Deer District with a look at what's going on outside.
The family of a late 13-year-old boy from Chicago and their connection to Grant County, Wisconsin. We'll have that story coming up a little later this hour on Live at 4. But first at 4, check out the weather video just sent to our newsroom. It shows the line of storms that just passed through our area earlier this afternoon. Boy, the sky here on the west side of Madison was black for a while, very
not
dark.
Friendly.
But here's what it looks like outside at the moment. There are still some dark skies in both Platteville and Madison.
Well, that's because our severe weather chances are sticking around all night. Let's get an update on our threat from meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
Yes, we do still have an alert day in the forecast for us tonight as we look at our radar right now on a loop. The shower and thunderstorm band, our first band, starting to move east of Dane County. A lot of lightning with it, a lot of heavy rainfall, and some really strong gusts moving through in the last few hours. Most of the rain through Dane County right now. We do still have some steadier showers in Rock County. Starting to see a few steady showers move through parts of Crawford and Richland County, or into Richland County right now. Most of the area, though, experiencing our little break. We're having a pause before the next round really starts to build in later tonight. Overall rainfall total, some isolated areas picking up just over an inch, about 1 inch to 2 inches for the heaviest amounts, with lesser amounts mainly north of Dane County. And we are just going to see more rain build in overnight and in tomorrow and into Friday. Again, we've seen some really cool photos of the storms passing through the wall cloud building in overhead. So if you do have the opportunity with these storms coming through, of course, just stay safe if you can. But if you are able to take a photo, please feel free to send it our way. Email, Facebook, Twitter, all great options to send what your view is on the ground. An alert day still in the forecast this evening because we do have that severe thunderstorm threat with round 2 building in later on. Heavy rain, hail, high winds, and not ruling out the chance for an isolated tornado. Temperature-wise, we've cooled down quite a bit now that the rain has come through. We were closer to 80 earlier. Now we're at 68 in Madison. Wind speeds generally right around 10 miles per hour. That's sustained wind speeds, but wind gusts when those storms were coming through, close to 21 miles per hour in Madison, 41 in Lone Rock, and 33 in Mineral Point, so very windy outside. Again, over the next few hours, our next round starting to build in for us. Tomorrow, we're expecting overall a humid day with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not quite as warm, though. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s. We'll look at this next round of rain in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Dana. Well, localized flooding can be a concern, even though we've been fairly dry this year. Well, here are some reminders when dealing with flash floods. Evacuate if necessary, and then follow the old turn around, don't drown saying if you see water on the roads, and keep kids from swimming or playing in floodwaters. If you are dealing with flooding, places like Sauk County also have free sand available for people to fill sandbags. Sandbags will need to shape around each other tightly and be staggered on top of one another to help control the flooding, and make sure to only use sand. Soil just isn't a suitable replacement.
Well, here's how the severe weather is impacting some events and programs in our area. The Madison School District may delay the dismissal of its summer programs because of the weather. Parents are encouraged to check their email and the district's Facebook page for updates. Concerts on the Square has been postponed until tomorrow. The show will still take place at Breeze Stevens Field at 7 o'clock. The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra shared the news on Facebook. Last week's show was also postponed, unfortunately, due to weather. And this might be just the event everybody is focused on tonight. Good couch potato weather to watch
for sure.
Some NBA basketball. The Bucks say they have a severe weather plan in place because there is no way the sun is going to shine in Milwaukee tonight.
Well, moments ago, ago, the team cleared fans out of the Deer District, and we're told it's pretty windy and rainy outside of Pfizer Forum right now. The team was prepared to remove fans if lightning was detected within 10 miles of the area. The plan was to usher them into nearby parking garages. About 25,000 people are expected in the area for Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Bucks play the Phoenix Suns. Well, when it comes to the actual game, the Bucks really need to take care of business at home tonight.
Yes, they do. Milwaukee struggled in Phoenix despite huge performances from Giannis. Sunday's home game was a different story, though. Our Jordan Reed joins us live from the Deer District ahead of tonight's game. Her first time to the Pfizer Forum. Wish we had better weather for you, Jordan.
No worries. I mean, it was the storms have finally caught up with us. You know, it's been on and off for a little bit. And like you guys were saying, yes, they cleared out the Deer District because of the rain and the storms that are moving through the area right now. And there's, as you can see, there's kind of fans running and seeking coverage underneath, you know, all the little terraces and inside the restaurants and bars that are across from Pfizer Forum. And like you guys had mentioned, that there is going to be a plan in place in the event that these storms continue through the watch party, through the actual game time. The gates are supposed to open up here in the Deer District at 6 o'clock, and the game is set for 8 o'clock. So depending on how the storms pan out, depends on if we're going to see this area packed like it has been for the last, you know, number of playoff games that have been here at Pfizer Forum. And coming up at 5, we're actually going to get to hear from the team about how the fans have shown up for this squad during the playoffs, both inside and outside Pfizer Forum. But that's it from here. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the dry studio.
Oh, yeah, we hope it's a successful night for the Bucks and hope you have fun out there today, Jordan. Thank you. Between the weather and the Bucks, be sure to download our Channel 3000 mobile app. We'll be sharing updates on both of these stories all night long. Our app is free in your phone's app store.
Well, the shooting death of 13-year-old Adam Toledo in Chicago this year could have a permanent link to rural southwestern Wisconsin.
Police shot and killed him in a foot chase in March, and now Adam's family and their attorney is looking for a way to build a boys' home in his honor. Our Naomi Coles reports from Grant County.
The Toledo family is dedicating this property just outside the village of Potosi as a home for at-risk boys. Adam's Place. Helped by one of their attorneys, the goal is to model Adam's Place after a South Carolina organization, Boys Farm. It would house 8 to 10 boys at a time and provide an alternative environment to city living for young and high school-aged boys.
So when I mentioned that to Mom and Dad as a possibility of taking this tragedy and turning their grief into joy, their despair into hope, and we'd create this Adam's Place for kids like their son who are marginalized and at risk.
Plans are still in development, starting with building out this property to include a barn and other housing. Tonight at 6 o'clock, hear from Adam Toledo's mother for the first time ever about why she says it's so important to the family for this home to happen. In Grant County for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
Well, also at 6, the attorney has to win the community over. People in Grant County have concerns about the home and its unknowns. We are hearing today from an Iranian journalist and activist about an alleged kidnapping plot against her. Masih Alinejad says she was targeted by members of an Iranian intelligence network. The FBI has tweeted about the kidnapping plot but did not identify Alinejad as the victim. She says the suspects wanted to take her back to Iran, possibly for execution. For the past 8 months, Alinejad was living in a safe house.
Then when they showed me the photos of my private life with my husband, my stepchildren, my beautiful garden in Brooklyn, I was like, wow. So the government are that close to me? And then I took it serious. So they sent me to the safe house, and I'm being under FBI protection until now.
She later went on to criticize the Biden administration for its lack of action. However, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki later spoke out condemning the actions against Masih.
For the first time since the spring, the CDC is now predicting an increase in hospitalizations nationwide from COVID-19. In an effort to stop the spread among younger Americans, the White House is getting some help from a teenage pop star. Pop star Olivia Rodrigo stopped by the White White House today to lend her support to help vaccinate young people. The visit comes as more than 40 states report an increase in daily cases fueled by a spread among younger Americans. In Mississippi, which has the lowest vaccination rate in the country, 7 children are now hospitalized with COVID, and 2 of them are on ventilators.
This is a mix of kids with underlying conditions and then some that were previously healthy.
In Tennessee, the state's top vaccination official, Dr. Michelle Fiscus, said she was fired this week after suggesting that some teenagers could get vaccinated without parental consent. The CDC also says drug overdose deaths skyrocketed nearly 30% last year, driven by, experts say, the spread of the synthetic opioid fentanyl, along with the stress of the pandemic.
Well, data is all around us today. You may not even know, but it dominates a very large part of everyday life. Even a large part of our own business is run by data. Well, the city of Madison has been recognized as one of the best cities at using data and evidence to improve residents' lives. It's one of the only 40 cities to be certified since 2017. It received the recognition for decisions like removing library fines for overdue books because they disproportionately affected low-income families, and utilizing mental health professionals in the police force in place of armed officers.
Well, working out is a source of joy for many, a source of pain for others. But what if you were only allowed to work out to certain songs because of COVID?
Well, that's exactly what a certain country in Asia is doing. Stick around to hear which songs are prohibited. Next up on Live at 4.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Ask about our Designer Kids package or free lens upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's Entresto. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
A vision for a very different future in the American craft beer industry. Right now, only 7.5% of brewers in the U.S. are women, and just 2% of breweries are all female owned.
Interesting. Dana Jacobson recently visited an all-female owned and operated brewery in Aurora, Colorado. The brewers shared their ambitious plan to turn a passion into a movement.
This idea came from us having beers. Of like a long night and just kind of sitting there and commiserating, and then at the end of that being like, beer is the solution to this. We're gonna get the money we need from beer.
Betsy Lay, Kate Power, and Jen Cuesta love beer and its potential.
I think you can just make it whatever you want to be, find a beer to everyone's taste. It's literally a liquid form of like breaking bread with people.
After serving together in AmeriCorps, they also realized beer could help quench their desire to keep doing good. In 2014, they created Lady Justice Brewing with the goal of donating the majority of their profit to groups in Colorado promoting opportunities for women and girls.
We feel this connection to women in our lives who have made a difference for us. And then another thing that I've learned over the years is that women and girls are actually lower funded in grant projects and fundraising projects. So it's just another way to make sure that folks in marginalized communities get some attention.
The co-founders all get paychecks from their day jobs. 2 are public service lawyers. That means most of the profits from Lady Justice can go towards the cause. So far this year, they've donated more than $11,000.
This is our mash tun. Okay. Her name is June Carter Mash.
On the day we visited their year-old tap room, Betsy Lay was brewing a lager in the back. She starts adding 400 pounds of locally malted barley into this mash tun. She even let me stir it in.
It's a good lat workout.
Yeah.
Lay and her co-founders have always brewed most of their own beer, but that doesn't mean they haven't faced skepticism.
Did you encounter anyone who was like, what do you mean 3 women they're opening a beer place? What are you talking about?
The very first meeting I had, I told the person what our idea was, and they said, oh, who's gonna brew your beer? And I said, well, we will. And he said, no, but who is gonna be like your brewer? And I said, no, but we, us, we're gonna brew the beer. So there was quite a bit of that.
Still, they say they've been insulated and didn't always realize how unique an all-women-owned brewery truly is.
It wasn't until I met women outside of Denver in the industry at conferences and different stuff would just be like, I'm so happy that you all exist. And I was like, what?
Very cool. Yeah.
It was really a unicorn moment where it was like, all right, well, you know, Jen is Mexican American and we're all 3 women and I'm gay and Kate's left-handed.
I'm left-handed. It's a real struggle.
Yeah. So we didn't know that we were creating something that didn't really exist before. We had no idea.
Now, though, you do.
Yeah, now I know. Yeah.
The beer industry came under fire in May when a Massachusetts brewer asked women on Instagram if they had experienced sexism. The cascade of responses lit up the industry. Reaction from the heads of breweries was swift.
Were you surprised by the social media conversation?
No. Sadly, no. What was happening there showed that this problem is prevalent in the industry. It's woven through it. So there are really large, horrible events that have happened to women, assaults that are really awful. And then there is also these daily comments, not being believed in your job.
We need it out in the open and we need to talk about it and it needs to stop.
Lady Justice strives to be a space where those conversations happen and a space that honors female pioneers. The brewery's first beer was an IPA named after Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court.
We were featured on a law blog, and we said, oh, we'd love to have a beer called Sandra Day O'Porter. And a few weeks later, we got an email, and it said, Mom likes IPA. It was from Scott O'Connor, and he said, hey, my mom saw your blog. She's a big fan of what you're doing, and she'll give you naming rights to the beer, but she'd really prefer not a porter. She's more of an IPA girl.
Oh, my gosh.
And from that moment on, we were like, okay, Sandra Day IPA.
Does it feel like you're having that impact that you wanted to in the beginning?
I'm so proud of what Lady J has become, but I think we're just going to continue to push it. The goal is to generate as much money that we can give away, and I'm proud of all of our partnerships with the community, but is it enough? No, we're not there yet.
Well, and the founders are fans of CBS This Morning, and they've been working on a beer in honor of Gayle King. They're going to call it Morning Brews, you know, kind of like morning news.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? The can art will feature Gayle's iconic yellow dress, which she wears every year on the show's anniversary. The beer's flavor, pineapple mimosa.
Oh, that's
kind of interesting.
That's great.
Yeah.
And she always has her matching glasses,
Yep.
which I love. Stocks ended mixed today as investors digested a batch of second quarter corporate earnings results and another set of inflation data. The S&P gained 5, shaking off losses from Tuesday's session. The Dow also rose while the NASDAQ erased earlier gains to close. Let's see, the NASDAQ closed 32 points down.
The new COVID rules are cracking down on the type of music gyms can play during group workouts.
In South Korea, the government says the restrictions are aimed at slowing the spread of the coronavirus. Tina Kraus reports.
Playing music during a workout can give you that extra boost. But health officials in South Korea worry fast-paced songs could also boost COVID cases as people breathe harder and potentially splash sweat on each other. This woman asks, how can officials who've never even been to a gym impose regulations on us? The rules ban songs with a tempo higher than 120 beats per minute during group exercises.
Gangnam Style.
Meaning music like the huge South Korean hit Gangnam Style, which clocks in at 132 beats, is off the playlist. The COVID crackdown also bans showers at the gym and limits treadmill speeds to a maximum of 3.7 miles per hour. This man says even at a slower pace, he's still sweating, so he's not sure the restrictions will make any difference. Even some opposition lawmakers have ridiculed the rules. But with South Korea fighting to curb its worst ever coronavirus outbreak, health officials insist slowing the music may slow the spread of COVID. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Just over 30% of South Korea's 52 million residents have now received at least one vaccine dose, so they've got a way to go.
Yeah, they do. Well, since the pandemic started, more people have been paying attention to their mental health. It's taught us all the lesson that just because somebody is okay on the outside doesn't mean they're okay on the inside.
That's so true. Coming up next, an anchor in New York City at the CBS station there talks about her battle with depression and how she's working to change the stigma. We'll have that brave story coming up when Live at 4 continues.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
He's here! He's here!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Free installation on windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Can you get this? I don't have my wallet.
Oh, really? It's funny how that always happens.
It's funny.
With BMO Harris, you don't need your wallet. You can get money from any BMO ATM using your phone.
Uh-oh, looks like someone can buy their own tacos.
You could also pay them back with Zelle.
So many ways for you to pay.
Awesome.
Order for BMO.
Ooh, tacos, banking. Some things are made to be mobile.
That feeling you get when your phone is your wallet. That's the BMO effect. And right now, open a new BMO Harris account online in just 5 minutes.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
The body you are randomly assigned at birth shouldn't determine how well you are cared for or how hard we work to find answers. Partners in hope. We make medicine, not just for some, but for everyone.
It's time to invest in care. I care for seniors and people with disabilities so that they can live in their homes. That lets their families go to work. Joe Biden's American Jobs Plan will give working families the support they need and jumpstart our economy.
It's better wages and benefits and opportunities for caregivers who are disproportionately women, women of color, and immigrants.
Tell Congress to pass Biden's plan and invest in care jobs now, because care is essential.
SEIU is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Well, take a look at this. A Brooklyn couple's already special wedding day turned straight up surreal when a pre-photo shoot was crashed by none other than actor Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, there he is. Where'd he go?
Yeah, he was there. Sabrina and Brian were taking pictures in a park when they spotted the famous actor walking by. A family friend asked Goldblum if he would stop to say hello, but he did them one better. He is such a nice guy. He posed for some photos, and he even reportedly serenaded the young Jewish couple to the tune of Sunrise Sunset from Fiddler on the Roof. He's a very accomplished musician. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yep. Goldblum wished them mazel tov on their union before departing, and they were later married in a beautiful ceremony, capping off a most memorable day.
You never know where you'll run into Jeff Goldblum.
What a nice guy.
Well, it's time to celebrate the king of comfort food, people. Macaroni and cheese. That sounds really good on a day like today. Well, July 14th is National Mac and Cheese Day, a time to pay tribute to America's favorite creamy casserole. Well, some credit Thomas Jefferson with bringing the recipe to our shores after he spent time in Italy. That theory may hold water because Italians have been enjoying pasta and Parmesan for centuries. Others say, hey, that's baloney. Some say the hot dish, as they call it in the Midwest. The good people in the Mallory family call it that too. Didn't really take off until Kraft sold its first box of it in 1937. But whether it's a side dish or the main entree, macaroni and cheese always has a starring role at the American table.
It's making me hungry.
I know, and we talked about fries yesterday. Dana had fries for us. No mac and cheese.
I have no mac and cheese. I think they were trying to get me to... Bye, Brady.
Okay, I'm back.
I think they were trying to get me to focus on the storm chances coming through right now.
You've been a little bit busy.
A little busy this afternoon. We've had some strong thunderstorms passing through already, and we have some more storm chances expected to develop overnight into tomorrow. We will take a closer look at the timing for the second round right after the break.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. According to the CDC, cleaning is a necessary first step of any disinfection process. We use detergents and cleaning agents to ensure that your home is prepared for whatever life brings in. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
Watch your favorite local programming for free with RCA. Menards carries a great selection of HD digital antennas, accessory cables, universal remotes, and more. An RCA antenna lets you watch all of your favorite local broadcast channels in HD for free. Never miss a moment of live entertainment or relax in the evenings with something you're familiar with. Stop into Menards today and get 11% off all RCA antennas and accessories.
Save big money at Menards.
A Ford built for you, by you. Get yours, built from the ground up with your choice of colors, wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want a head-up display in Escape, 5 GOAT modes in Bronco Sport, or best-in-class gas torque in a Ranger? You've got it. And now an extra $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Havish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
This is your last chance to win big.
This is insane.
August 31st, Publishers Clearinghouse could surprise you with $5,000 a week for life.
Enter now at PCH.com.
$5,000 a week for life.
Oh, God!
Enter now at PCH.com.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, right now we're getting a little bit of a break in the rain for Madison. Here's a live look from our WIC TV Skycam. Still very cloudy outside, a little misty in spots, but the steadier showers right now really moving off to the east and again giving us that little break this evening before our next round builds in. We still have an enhanced risk for severe weather for southern Wisconsin tonight. We've had some stronger wind gusts pass through, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of the thunderstorms later on this evening are quite strong or even severe for us, bringing in again stronger wind gusts for us. Heavy rain currently in Richland County, starting to move into parts of Sauk County. Much of those steadier showers, the first round clearing off to the east for us, just a few isolated showers still lingering. As we look ahead to the next 3 hours, see, we do get that break holding on before our next round really starts to build in along the western edge of the state. So overnight, we will have scattered showers and thunderstorms. More showers will be expected for us Thursday and Friday. We'll see scattered showers to wrap up the work week. And by the weekend and heading into next week, we're sitting in a drier pattern where we'll get to enjoy a lot of sunshine and some warmer temperatures really settling in. So right now that line again pulling off to the east, likely going to see a cloudy sky up until about 7, 8 o'clock, and then the next round of showers and thunderstorms starts to build in, and this is going to bring a longer duration of heavy rainfall. The storms we had earlier brought the really high wind gusts but moved through pretty quickly, so we didn't pick up as much accumulation. The higher accumulation totals really come with the second round, and it'll continue to dump heavy rainfall overnight and into early Thursday morning. The highest totals mainly south of Madison. Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue for Thursday and into Friday. Still likely that we'll have a few showers and thunderstorms, a chance for showers and thunderstorms through the day on Friday. A lot of heavy rain still trending down to the south, also in northern Illinois through Friday. So accumulation totals already today, we've picked up about 1 to 2 inches for much of the southwest portion. We're expected to add on at least another 2 inches, maybe even close to 3 inches for some folks through Thursday and through the day on Friday. So localized flooding might be a concern by the end of the week. So that's something we'll be keeping a very close eye on overnight into Thursday and Friday. We still have an alert day in the forecast for this evening because there is the potential for severe thunderstorms later on and overnight. A warming trend in our 8 to 14 day outlook will fall into that sunny pattern and warmer pattern for the weekend and for next week. Tomorrow, not as warm outside. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s with scattered showers and thunderstorms. A chance for showers and thunderstorms on Friday with highs staying in the upper 70s. We hop back up to the 80s for the weekend with mostly sunny skies, and we stay in the mid to upper 80s next week. We're not expecting any new rain chances to build in, even with a little more humidity for Monday and Tuesday. We should stay dry outside for next week and hold on to that sunshine and the warmer temperatures again in the mid to low 80s for afternoon highs. So that'll be a week where we'll need a lot of sunscreen to get through it.
Yes. Yeah, the Dane County Fair starts tomorrow. It might be a little rainy tomorrow, but the weekend looks great.
Yes, for Saturday and Sunday, definitely fair weather.
Perfect.
Thanks, Dana. Well, for millions of people struggling with depression, we want to help break the stigma and open the door to finding help.
Our CBS News colleague in New York City is sharing her painful and personal journey through depression and how she pulled through it. Elise Preston has her story.
What I learned through this is that no matter how good somebody's life looks from the outside, they could be going through hell.
Cindy Shu's life did look good from the outside. An anchor and reporter at WCBS in New York and a mother of a young daughter. In 2015, she found herself in a life and death battle with mental illness, a battle no one saw coming.
You know me, Dana. We've known each other for a million years, and I'm like the happy person at work. Always.
She shared her story with her close friend and colleague anchor Dana Tyler, describing how a coworker sensed something was wrong.
She said, "Are you okay?" I said, "No." And that was the first time I actually let down the wall. And that's when she said, "You need to take some time off." And I said, yes.
At home, her illness deepened.
Bottom line, I attempted suicide weeks after I had left work.
You were by yourself?
I was by myself. My daughter was away at camp. I attempted, and the hope was I wouldn't wake up.
She did wake up in the emergency room, confused and embarrassed.
You know, coming from an Asian family, we don't talk about things like this. You don't sit there and say, "I'm not feeling well, I feel down." It's more like you don't want to be a burden to anybody.
Cindy spent 2 weeks in a psychiatric hospital where therapy and group meetings helped her get better. Psychiatrist Christine Moutier hopes her candor will encourage others to seek those resources.
There are 1 in 4 Americans who are going through similar types of mental health experiences, and we just need to shine a light and take the stigma out of these topics.
For Cindy, the cloud is lifted, but her work continues.
I continue to see a psychiatrist every month. I'm still on medication, and I need that. But I feel great.
She's active with suicide prevention groups and speaks on panels, spreading the word there's no shame in asking for help. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
So proud of you.
She's going to help so many people by sharing that. Very brave.
Tremendous.
If you or someone that you know needs help, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline Network has a 24/7 crisis hotline. The number is 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255.
And you can also text the word TALK to 741741, and you'll be able to text with a trained crisis counselor.
There is help out there. Coming up next on Live at 4, we're going to take you inside the Olympics in Tokyo and tell you about the fastest man in Japan. Say that 3 times fast.
Tongue twister. Well, then at 5, well, this is the stuff of nightmares. A woman tells News 3 Now the story about how she was wrongfully pulled over at gunpoint for an alleged stolen vehicle.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Ahead at 5, an update on yesterday's gas station shooting in Racine County and what we are learning about the 22-year-old victim.
After a line of strong thunderstorms this afternoon, another round of strong to severe thunderstorms is expected tonight with high winds and heavy rain possible. My first one forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, a local woman says she was traumatized after being pulled over and held at gunpoint, but the State Patrol is calling it a simple misunderstanding. We'll show you what happened at 6.
It's less than 10 days until the Olympic Games begin, and athletes from all around the world are arriving in Japan.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. Japan's Olympic team is also gearing up for the Games, including the country's fastest man and captain of the Japanese delegation, Ryota Yamagata. He sat down with Blake Essig.
Ryota Yamagata has himself a set of wheels. Not literally, of course, but man, this guy can move. As a kid, Yamagata was always fast, choosing to race against machines with actual wheels as motivation.
Your body moves faster when you feel like you're being chased. So I trained by pretending to run away from cars.
It's a mentality he still carries today, one that's driven him to qualify for his 3rd Olympics, where he'll run in the 100 meters and men's 100-meter relay, be named captain of Japan's Olympic team, and claim the title of Japan's fastest man.
It was a long road until I got my personal best and ran under 10 seconds.
A long road littered with injuries and a little bit of luck.
In 2019, you suffered a collapsed lung and leg pain. Last year, it was your right knee. Had the Olympics not been delayed a year, it's possible you wouldn't have qualified.
I wanted to believe that I'd make it to the Olympics, but my body wasn't able to keep up with my mind. I did think back then that if the Olympics had been held that year, I probably wouldn't have qualified.
But Tokyo 2020 was postponed, and Yamagata made the most of it. He recovered from injury, made changes to his training routine, and is now peaking at just the right time. While Yamagata remains focused, he says the controversy surrounding these games, fueled by health and safety concerns, has been tough to deal with.
This is a challenging time, and there's a part of me that feels the pressure. But I hope that doing our best at these Olympics is our way of helping the world become slightly brighter. I think there is value in sports, and I'm trying to find a meaning in my running and stick to that.
New meaning and perhaps a new perspective after years of uncertainty.
It's been a really tough road getting to the Tokyo Olympics, and I overcame a lot of challenges, but I want to achieve my goals and give it my best shot.
That goal is to win gold and proudly represent Japan right here at home.
You can watch for him. The Olympics start on July 23rd.
To see the talent and all of the hard work that they have, it's just amazing.
It's so inspiring. That's why I love the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, it may be raining outside our windows, but the rest of the nation has been seeing some serious heat.
Dr. Jonathan Patz from UW-Madison will join us next. We're going to talk about what's driving the crazy heat wave on the West Coast and how climate change may be changing Wisconsin as we know it. That's next.
With one of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family that has grown a little bit since, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud 3rd generation owners, and now we're working on our 4th generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the 3 of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now. Very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, two salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. I did. What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's Entresto. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Right now, good news, no accidents to report, and we're really not seeing delays along the Beltline. East and westbound, things go along pretty smoothly. Downtown Madison, no hiccups for us this evening. Again, we're seeing a break in the rain, so usually when we see heavier showers, things start to slow down on the roads, and those showers right now well off to the east. Our break before the next round builds in. The interstate smooth through Rock County and Dane County, both north and southbound this evening. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, about a 17-minute drive this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Thank you, Dana. Well, check this out from St. Petersburg, Florida. 613 tons of dead sea life were collected yesterday in daily samples from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and it shows the red tide sweeping into Tampa Bay. The most recent samples show high levels of the harmful algae. People who live along the water say they've never seen this many fish die because of the red tide. Well, some parts of Tampa Bay tested 10 to 17 times higher than what is considered high levels of the organism.
Yeah, this happens every year, but the timing of it is, and the amount of the fish is problematic.
Well, and we've been reporting all week on the western wildfires that are intensifying in California and Oregon.
Temperatures this weekend in the American West will be dangerously high, rising more than 20 degrees above normal in the Pacific Northwest. Dr. Jonathan Patz is the director of UW-Madison's Global Health Institute, and he is an expert on the effects of climate change on human health. Jonathan, good to see you. Welcome to Live at 4.
Susan, great to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
This has been such an interesting thing to watch. What is going on out west, and why is this heat wave so unusual?
Well, you know, what we're seeing is we're seeing more intense heat waves as the Earth is warming up. Your previous story about red tides has something to do with warmer sea surface temperatures. The Pacific Ocean has been warming more than 1/10 of a degree per decade, and that warmer water in part led to the high pressure ridge that caused this massive heat dome. So under this heat dome, imagine that's like a pressure cooker. You had that situation. So we're seeing more of these as climate is changing, and climate change will bring hotter, more frequent, and longer lasting heat waves. Heat waves kill more people than any other weather disaster in the United States. About 1,300 people die every year in heat waves.
So then does that mean that we see a lot more hospital admissions and you know, it puts a strain on our hospitals then?
Absolutely, and heat wave mortality is underestimated. because it's not always on the death certificate, as far as heat as a contributing factor. So, what we see is about half the number reported, but it's twice that number, about 1,300 lives lost every year from heat waves. And certainly it puts a strain on hospital systems. You saw during the Chicago heat wave, for example, in 1995, refrigerator trucks dealing with the bodies. And, so these episodes overwhelm the system.
Well, this particular year, and especially out west, we're seeing a combination of things, right? We're seeing an extreme drought, high pressure, and climate change together. And that seems like an ominous combination.
Yeah, so these are very interrelated. The bottom line is if you increase average global temperatures, you're going to see an increased frequency of heat waves. And with heat waves, you get evaporation from the soils, and you get drought conditions and wildfires. So drought, wildfires, heat waves, they're all interconnected. We've actually studied this at Wisconsin, the UW-Madison, and looking at the eastern cities, east of the Mississippi River, we estimate that we'll see a tripling in the number of very hot days. For example, Milwaukee, we'll see almost a tripling in the number of days over 90 degrees Fahrenheit simply by mid-century. So a few decades from now, we're going to see a tripling in the number of hot days, and that held up for every city that we looked at. So this is something that is expected with climate change.
And we have a few seconds left, but when it is hot, a lot of us turn on the air conditioner. How does that contribute to these rising temperatures?
Well, if our electric grid continues to have dirty energy, especially coal, in the mix to generate that power, air conditioning saves lives, but if the electricity used for air conditioning comes from dirty sources, it's a trade-off. We actually did a study that found that you would lose 1,000 lives a year for cooling demand required in the mid-century, like 2060s. So air conditioning is good, but the electricity must come from clean energy sources.
Oh, Jonathan, this is such a fascinating topic. We could use a lot more time to talk to you, but unfortunately we're out of time this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Another person is dead after a crash along East Washington. This is the second deadly crash on the corridor in a week.
People are still dying on East Washington Avenue. So I'm asking, what isn't being done?
Naomi Coles gets answers tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
News 3 Now's Call for Action gets answers when you can't.
A COVID patient's care jeopardized by insurance denials. After we contacted Aetna, the company reversed course.
News 3 Now's Call for Action, taking action for you.
Over the last 3 hours, we've had some very heavy rain and strong thunderstorms pass through. Right now, there is some heavy rain in parts of Richland and Sauk County. Otherwise, well, it's a bit of a break between this and our next round. Our next round will bring a severe thunderstorm threat later this evening. Heavy rain, hail, and high winds possible, something that we're going to continue to keep an eye on. We'll be right back.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
What if you could help the environment and get a great night's sleep at the same time? The Beautyrest Harmony Luxe utilizes recovered plastics from the ocean to create a durable and luxurious fabric. And right now at Steinhafels, you can get a Queen Harmony Luxe mattress starting at just $14.99. With Steinhafels free delivery and 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhafels and steinhafels.com.
It's time to invest in care. I care for seniors and people with disabilities so that they can live in their homes. That lets their families go to work. Joe Biden's American Jobs Plan will give working families the support they need and jumpstart our economy.
It's better wages and benefits and opportunities for caregivers who are disproportionately women, women of color, and immigrants.
Tell Congress to pass Biden's plan and invest in care jobs now, because care is essential.
SEIU is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A Michigan man demolishing the back landing of his home made a surprising discovery right under the stairs.
David Olson was taking apart the stairs behind his Muskegon home when he noticed a spherical object in the sand behind some cinder blocks. So he continued to dig and he found 158 bowling balls. The homeowner said the house was built in 1959 while the Brunswick Bowling Products factory was still operating in Muskegon. The factory produced bowling balls, pins, and other products before it relocated its operation to Mexico. Olson said former Brunswick employees